Hi, my name is Don Grasso again. We're at Washington Lake Park with Grasso Pollinator Alliance right here in South Jersey. Today we're in Sewell. It's a great, beautiful park here. I've been coming here since I was about 12 years old. I actually grew up in Deptford, but this is always a great park to come to. There's a lot of amenities, soccer, baseball, I think there's basketball, volleyball, there's some nice playgrounds, so we really just wanted to capture, a big audience here. We had some volunteers show up. It was a little bit of a cloudy day, but we still had a great turnout. Like I said, I wanted to do a volunteer project for Washington Lake Park because they have such a great park here, and wanted to kind of clean up their main area in front of the refreshment concession stand. So, once again, thanks to our sponsors, we have Hilltop Block in Blackwood, Espoma donated the fertilizer, Puglia's Garden Center donated some of the plants. We did a lot of weeding, edged all the beds, but really, what we stand for again is, pollinator awareness. A couple simple things that you can do. There is a big decline of pollinators as far as deforestation, South Jersey being one of the most densely populated communities, and also, habitat loss, a lot of the genetically modified organisms, some of the crops as far as the nicotinoids and certain fertilizers. So the easiest thing that you can just do, even if it's today, is just plant a pollinator garden and bring out more awareness. And we're just trying to get more people involved. There's a lot of educational signage we're going to be putting up. And it's a great park if you get a chance to check it out. It's the little things that kind of go a long way. And we have there's some bee balm here. You can see it's got a pretty cool flower on it. And there's also some salvia over here. It's got a smaller bract of flowers, but no matter where you go or what you plant, you're gonna have anything that looks nice that has flowers is going to attract pollinators. And there's really nothing, wrong with, being in a pollinator habitat as far as if you're, see bumblebees, as long as you leave them alone. Bumblebees or honeybees or any type of monarch butterfly, they're gonna leave you alone unless you disturb them or their habitat. And we had a lot of volunteers that came out and did some educational signage on what the plants actually are and the common names, so you can kind of familiarize yourself with what they look like and maybe go to your local garden center and pick out some pollinator plants. And it really is interesting once you do even a small pollinator garden. You don't have to have a big area, just to kind of see how things grow and transform the space and the different pollinators that, will stop by. So if you plant it, they will find it. And we actually, Grasso Pollinator Alliance, we do have some really pretty cool educational signage. Really goes into some great detail. Again, I'm only gonna go over a little bit of it, but stop by the park, check it out at the ranger station. So most people don't realize there is in New Jersey about at least the minimum of 300 species of native bees, not including honeybees, but native bees, and about 70% of them do nest in the ground. So we have, if you look at the sign here, it's pretty cool. It's very informative. It talks about what you can do. Down here, native flowers provide, nectar. Pollen is what gives the bees the protein. Nesting sites, stems, hollow stems, or wood blocks, anything that's kind of left in nature. If you have a tree that's kind of rotting and decaying, that's a really good nesting site. So if you're in the park or if you're in the woods, you really want to leave things undisturbed. A lot of those are nesting sites for pollinators, and there's all different pollinator plants that bloom all different seasons, and they all have different nectar flow. So each one of them is a habitat and a food supply for any type of native bee. On the left side, these are some of the native bees. So you got, everybody knows the carpenter bee, and you do see them go from flower to flower. Obviously, they nest in wood or hollow wooden stems. Leafcutter bees, bumblebees, mason bees, sweat bees, These are the bees that really don't get a lot of attention because they don't give us honey, but what they do give us is a lot of the crops and blueberries and different things in New Jersey do depend on native bees as well. So if you get a chance to stop by, check it out. We have 2 educational signs, and there's a lot of information for anyone of all ages. For this particular project, we wanted to add some height. So this project's a little different. We did the pollinator plants, but we also wanted to add, we have 3 blue spruce we added here, just to add some height and some contrast and color and textures for the park to just kind of tie everything in with the pollinator plants. And then we also have some small bunny grass. And then we have some other black-eyed Susans, but we did it a little differently. We didn't want to have all pollinator plants, so we were able to kind of get these donated, the blue spruce, and just tie everything in, give us some height and clean it up a little more. And that's, there's another Japanese contorta. We appreciate your watching the video and have a great day. Look forward to us on the next one.